Hello, this is a video explaining the things we use, how you can install them, and how to continue the project. First, we used Expo to work on the app and test it on both Android and iOS. You can install Expo by following the simple tutorial found in their website, where you can install it in the terminal, and that's pretty much it for installing Expo. In addition, we used the user stories to keep track of all of the documentation and such. We used Azure DevOps. We created our own project, and here we kept track of our work items, our sprints, and pretty much that. We also used the repo here, where we pulled our project from GitHub, and we created our own branches, pushes, and commits in here using the repository with Azure. We also kept track of the code and used Visual Studio Code to actually program the project, and that's what we used to code the project. Basically, just Visual Studio Code and some extensions that we found useful. We also used GitHub Desktop to maintain all the different pushes and pulls and branches. Here we connected to our GitHub that you can find in the documentation, where we kept all our code. Here we had our own branches, and we did our commits and such. So we were able to bring together the code in easy ways, and we opened it using Visual Studio Code, like I previously said. We also had these commands in mind when coding with Expo. You have npm install to install the program that lets you run Expo and test it on your phone. Then you can also use npm install and then a side library that you can find on the internet or using the website for React Native. There you can find side libraries or user-made libraries that are very useful for the functions you want to implement. We also have npm start, which is what happens now to open up browser window where you can there test your code. I'm going to show a tutorial for that in a second. We also have npm publish, which is going to publish all the work you've done into your Expo account. Once you have that, you can download Expo on your phone and simply open your account, and then you can have your published projects there. And that's how we published to my account. We had the project there, and that's how we demoed it and showed it to other individuals, since publishing to the Apple Store and Google Store had fees. But in this way, it's free, and it works pretty fast, since publishing doesn't take that much time to get it to the users to test. So let me show you how to do npm start. Basically, you want to be inside the React Native code, so we're gonna go and access that. Once inside, you can do npm start, and it's gonna start running the React Native components, so you can open it up using the web. Just give it a second, and it'll be ready soon. It takes a second to open up. There you go. So it's open up the client, the Expo client, and should be about ready. There you go. It has the host, and now it's going to open a brand new window in the background. And give it a second to get the QR code. Basically, it opens this window. Here you're gonna have all of the builds you make, and if you get errors, they appear here, so you can read and see where the errors were and how to handle them. Here we have running Android device. If you have an emulator or an iOS simulator, that you can click and it's gonna find it in your computer and run it. And you have the 3 different QR codes that appear. Basically, you get your phone, you get the camera, and it's gonna scan it and automatically open it in your phone for testing. It's easy and fast, and all it takes is following the Expo instructions and having the application that you can find in the stores and putting that on your device. And that's how we tested the app, the things we used for it, and the way that you can install the programs and libraries. We use for design base the Figma design, but that's just a tool that we were familiar with to design like the visuals and such. But you can use in pretty much anything, and we also use Photoshop to edit said pictures. But that's pretty much on all the software we use and the way that we handle keeping track of the documentation, branches to the repository, and the GitHub link that you can find in the documentation if you want to pull that and continue working on the project. And it's pretty much that easy and simple and straightforward. So that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for your time. And this was being a video on how to the software we use, how you can use it, and to continue the project and do revisions. Thank you very much. Have a great day.